Good morning. Welcome to online classes Padmavati Degree College. My name is K. Simhachalam. Today we discuss spherical aberration. Today we discuss spherical aberration. So last class we discussed chromatism and achromatism. Achromatism is classified into two ways. That is, two lens are contact with us. The achromatism, how to changes to be calculated, and two lens are separated some distance, how to change and how to modify the achromatism, that are find out. Okay. Today we discuss spherical aberration. Today we discuss spherical aberration. Spherical aberration. So here spherical aberration, let us see this figure. So this is the principal axis. So this is one of the lens. So this is the object point. So now these light rays are incident on the lens, in different ways. These two rays are meted on the principal axis. IP, this is IM, this is lens, this is O point object. These rays are follow this. So this is the radius of curvature. Okay. So now we discuss what is the meaning of spherical aberration. When a monochromatic object situated at the or on the principal axis, when the light rays are incident on the lens, after incident the light rays are refracted. These refracted rays are those meet at one point. These are meet at different points. That phenomena is said to be spherical aberration. Let us see. So here this is one of the lens, this is object, this is principal axis. So here the object is releasing some light rays. When the light rays is traveled parallel to principal axis, and after that incident on the lens, after refracted, the refracted rays, first rays is meted at point IM, at in front of the refracted rays first meted, that is meridional rays. When some rays are meted on point at farthest distance of the lens, that is IP, paraxial rays. That means after incident the refracted rays are meet at some points. Some rays are meted at first point. That rays is said to be meridional rays, and some rays are meet at in farthest distance, that is paraxial rays. So in this way, the in between paraxial rays and meridional rays, the number of light rays are incident and refracted, that are merged. That phenomena is said to be spherical aberration. That is can be calculated the length of some distance that is IM, and object from distance IP. Distance IP. Okay, so this is the one of the spherical aberration concept. So now the spherical aberration also, because here the some rays are meted in between meridional and paraxial rays. These are don't give any full free image. That is some blurred image. That is also said to be spherical aberration. Spherical aberration. Okay. So here some one of the screen is adding. The screen is in between paraxial and meridional rays. Is move some distance. The image formation can be also changes. The image formation also can be changes. But the image changes is depending on the large aperture of the large lens. Okay. So now we discuss the spherical aberration can be formed the large aperture of the lens. In this way, the lens, some rays are meted at first, that is meridional rays. Some rays are farthest distance, that is paraxial rays. So in this way, now we discuss some screens are added in meridional and paraxial rays. The screen is moving in between meridional and paraxial rays. So the free images is also changes. So that changes images is said to be, that properties is said to be spherical aberration. Why? Because the type of images is formed here. The paraxial rays, the meridional rays is always dependent of the height of the lens. So here the meridional rays is always greater than to paraxial rays. Why? Because the paraxial rays is always greater than to meridional rays. So in this way, here the meridional and paraxial rays is the always proportional to the height of the lens. So that aperture of the height of the lens. So here the formation of free image can be changes. That changes is said to be spherical aberration. Okay. Now we discuss how to reduce spherical aberration. First one, by using stars, and second one, by using large focal length of lens, and third one, spherical aberration can be minimized construction from high refractive index. Construction for high refractive index, and fourth one, by using crossed lens. And fifth one, spherical aberration can be also minimized. Convex lens can be separated. And fifth one, concave lens can be contact with us. Spherical aberration is also contact by using lens. Convex lens is separated, and spherical aberration can be minimized convex lens with suitable, that is seventh one, by using aplatonic lens. Okay, these are the reducing methods of spherical aberration. Okay, or minimizing spherical aberration. Okay, these are the minimizing spherical aberrations. The minimizing spherical aberration methods, first one, by using stops. Here stops means the aperture of the lens is very high. Now using some stops, that way, using some stops. So when the light ray is changes some pencil beam, that beam is follow some spherical aberration. So therefore by using stops అనేవి యూజ్ చేయడం వల్ల మనం ఏంటి స్పెరికల్ ఏబిరేషన్ అనేది మినిమం చేయొచ్చు అన్నమాట. స్టాప్స్ మీన్స్ ఏంటంటే మనకి ఇక్కడ లెన్స్ యొక్క ఎపార్చర్ అనేది లార్జ్ గా ఉంది కాబట్టి లెన్స్ యొక్క ఎపార్చర్ మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాము, డిక్రీజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో డిక్రీజ్ చేయడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే స్పెరికల్ ఏబిరేషన్ మనము మినిమైజ్ చేయొచ్చు. దిస్ ఇస్ ద బై యూజింగ్ స్టాప్స్ అని చెప్పేసి అంటున్నాం. సెకండ్ వన్ ఏంటంటే బై యూజింగ్ ఫోకల్ లెంత్, లార్జ్ ఫోకల్ లెంత్. అంటే లార్జ్ ఫోకల్ లెంత్ ఉండేటటువంటి లెన్స్ మనం యూజ్ చేయడం వల్ల స్పెరికల్ ఏబిరేషన్ మనము తొందరగా తగ్గించుకోవడానికి అవకాశం ఉంది. సాధ్యమైనంత వరకు తగ్గించవచ్చు. ఓకేనండి. అంటే మనము లోగా ఉండేటటువంటి ఫోకల్ లెంత్ లో ఫోకల్ లెంత్ ఉండేటటువంటి లెన్స్ అనేది యూజ్ చేయడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే మనకి స్పెరికల్ ఏబిరేషన్ అనేది ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. స్పెరికల్ ఏబిరేషన్ అనేది డిక్రీజ్ చేయాలంటే అర్థం ఏంటి ఇక్కడ, బై యూజింగ్ లార్జ్ ఫోకల్ లెంత్ ఆఫ్ లెన్స్. అంటే ఫోకల్ లెంత్ ఎక్కువగా ఉండేటటువంటి లెన్స్ మనము యూజ్ చేసినట్లయితే మనకి ఏమవుతుంది, స్పెరికల్ ఏబిరేషన్ అనేది మినిమైజ్ చేయొచ్చు. సో థర్డ్ వన్ ఏంటంటే కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఫర్ హై రిఫ్రాక్టివ్ ఇండెక్స్. Refractive index means mu is equals to sin A by sin R. This is the refractive index. Okay, when the lens is made up with high refractive index, automatically the spherical aberration can be minimized. సో మనం హై రిఫ్రాక్టివ్ ఇండెక్స్ అనేటటువంటి కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉపయోగించి స్పెరికల్ ఏబిరేషన్ మనం ఏం చేయొచ్చు, మినిమైజ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ వన్, బై యూజింగ్ క్రాస్ లెన్స్. That means by using cross lens means R1 by R2 is equals to minus 1 by 6. Here R1 and R2 is said to be the radius of curvature of the lens, that is minus 1 by 6. Okay, so here minus negative is indicate, here negative sign is indicate lens surface must be curved opposite direction. Here negative sign is indicates. So here the cross lens, by using cross lens the minimizing spherical aberration is automatically changes. Okay, మనం క్రాస్ లెన్స్ అనేది యూజ్ చేయడం వల్ల స్పెరికల్ ఏబిరేషన్ అనేది మినిమం చేయొచ్చు. సో కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్ కెన్ బి సెపరేటెడ్. సో కుంభాకార కటకాలు కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్ ని మనము సెపరేట్ చేయడం వల్ల మనము స్పెరికల్ ఏబిరేషన్ అనేది మినిమైజ్ చేయొచ్చు. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం కాన్కేవ్ లెన్స్ కాంటాక్ట్, అంటే కాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్ అయితే కొంత డిస్టెన్స్ లో ఉంచడం వల్ల మనం ఏం చేయొచ్చు, స్పెరికల్ ఏబిరేషన్ అనేది మినిమైజ్ చేయొచ్చు. అదే కాన్కేవ్ లెన్స్ అయితే దానికి ఆపోజిట్ కాబట్టి రెండు కూడా ఏంటి, ఒకదానితో ఒకటి ఇన్ కాంటాక్ట్, దట్ మీన్ టచ్ అయ్యేటట్టుగా మనం పెట్టేటట్టుగా అయితే మనము స్పెరికల్ ఏబిరేషన్ మనం ఏం చేయొచ్చు అండి, మినిమైజ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ వన్, బై యూజింగ్ అపెండిక్ లెన్స్. By using apatenic lens is also also minimizing the spherical aberration. Is also minimizing the spherical aberration. These are the very important points. It's very important questions also. Okay. What are explain the minimizing spherical aberration? Okay. These are the 7 qualities are used in the minimizing spherical aberration. Okay. Next class we will discuss how to form spherical aberration a refracting surface. Next class we will discuss about that. Okay. Thank you.